It's like looking in a mirror, only not.
What are your thoughts on Face Off?
It's one of the greatest action movies of all time.
It literally makes no fucking sense.
It's fantastic.
It makes no sense that they would even have the same body structure. Like, imagine John Travolta's head on Nicolas Cage's body and how nobody would mistake the two of them.
I will say John Travolta in this film was bordering on husky. He's a little thick. I like him thick. I like John Travolta thick.
Yeah.
When he's like thickums and like he likes to eat.
That's fun.
That's like chill. You know what I mean? Like you want a boyfriend who likes to like eat, you know?
Yeah.
Come on, don't make me laugh. Ha, ha, ha.
All right, so Nick Cage is 6 feet, not husky in this movie. John Travolta's 6'2" and pretty husky. Whose wife would mistake them? If a stranger walked in with my boyfriend's body, I would notice.
Okay, let's say that like skull transfer, face transfer, LOL is like a legitimate thing. Like, which celeb face would you combine with another celeb's body and why?
I'm trying to think, like, who's like, all right, Rihanna's face on Michael Phelps's body.
That is so startling and like a failure of science.
It's an abomination.
Her face is so tiny and his face is so long because he's like 6'5". Her face wouldn't even fit on his like skull bones.
It would be like when Edgar the Bug in a skin suit and Men in Black like pulled his hair back and it like was that stretched up.
I'll put my hand on my head like this.
Who would you put? What would your celeb mashup be?
I would want to do fat Marlon Brando's body because I love that he got certain success. He won awards. He got rich enough and he was like, I'm done playing this Hollywood game. I'm going to fucking eat.
Yeah, it's tight.
I like to drink mine more than I used to.
It's good for you, Pop.
And then I would put on his face maybe Maxine Waters. Hello? Hi, Q. Hi. You're listening to Two Dope Queens with me, Phoebe Robinson.
And me, Miss J. Willie.
We've got a steamy episode for you that involves a conversation with a mysterious stranger. Ooh.
That's hot.
You guys, this exchange is so intense, you won't even be able to take it.
That's right. We also have an amazing conversation with Mike Birbiglia, who is just the best.
Oh my God, I love him so much.
I know. It's like what you say. He's like definitely a zaddy.
He's such a zaddy. He's like so adorable. You know, he's a good dad. He like is always wearing like a nice like ironed chino pant.
Yeah. And
It's
that night he
cute.
looked extra special because he had on like a suit jacket.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
He dressed up for us.
It was really cute. I love him.
And then we've got comedy from Maeve Higgins and Gina Brion. Such a fun show. Get ready for some real yucks and yucks and hardy har-hars, y'all. I don't know. I want to fuck everybody here tonight. I can feel it in my puss. This is going to be a lit. Just know we appreciate what y'all gave up to be here with us two Coco Khaleesi's tonight.
Okay, so before we get the show started,
Before we get there,
we need to investigate something.
yeah, this has been a hot button issue. We were talking about it backstage right before the show. And you know, we're not going to talk about something unless it's like super important.
Right. And this is very important. We have our lovely sound team over at WNYC. We have the lovely Irene wearing a Nasty Woman shirt.
She's the best. She's beautiful. She has red hair. She's the best.
We got Ed Haber chilling in the cut.
Mr. Haber! Hi, sweet man.
And then we got this young little piece of something over here.
Yeah.
Who are you? Get over here. Who are you?
Yeah, who are you? Come. You guys, we don't know this man.
Okay.
Wow.
Hi, who are you? What's your name?
Ophir.
Oh!
Wow.
Blow
Ophir.
my weave back. Blow
Yeah.
my weed.
your edges got like straight. So Ophir, I'm in a relation, so I'm tapping out of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, how old are you?
21.
You look like you could be somewhere between 21 and 46. So
That's what ethnicity does. Is you never know.
Throw
You
'em off.
never
Throw
know.
'em off.
Where are you from, Ophir?
Cleveland.
What did he say? He's such a soft
He's
speaker.
from Cleveland.
Dude, is he from Cleveland? Really?
Ophir,
got this.
I'm from Cleveland.
I heard over there, yeah.
You're so like, do you sing R&B on the side? Like you're very, it's a very sweet voice. It's quiet. It's a whisper. It's like, girl. You like just like the speaking part. I like that. Okay, so what do you do at WNYC?
Well, I'm an intern, so
Y'all are ignorant. Y'all are ignorant for going on. Like everybody here is like 30 and everybody's like, I remember. Like that.
Gotta get that college credit. Okay.
That's right. That's right. We gotta matriculate, right? What do you say
What
to
school do
these
you go
kids?
to?
CIM, Cleveland Institute of Music.
Wow.
Okay. What do you? Are you a singer? Are you a guitarist, bassist? Any other ists?
There's like so many other instruments.
Yeah. Violinist?
Yeah. Pianist. Hashtag Adrian
Penis.
Brody. Oh. Also hashtag penis. Excuse me.
I am an audio engineerist. Yeah, so, but saxophonist on the side, so.
Yeah. Phoebe.
Too much? Was
He's
that
an
too much?
intern. We could like get charged with harassment. HR is gonna call us. Sorry, WNYC, but also hashtag not sorry. Don't fucking put a beautiful man on our show that you haven't introduced us to.
Don't say harassment. You never say
I
harassment.
like when people say harassment.
It's so ridiculous.
It's funny. Thank you so much for doing
Bye,
this.
Ophir.
Bye. Ophir. Oh, thank you.
He didn't get. Oh my God.
That's hot.
That is cool.
Thank you.
Maybe I should do that.
I don't know, because every time, when we meet some sort of younger guy, you want to vomit because they oftentimes are 22 years old.
I know, but it's like
that was very surprising.
that was cool. That was like
Yeah, how did you feel? Like, I feel like, you should just whenever do whoever you want to do and not worry about age.
right. I mean, I feel like
Unless it's like, obviously illegal.
right. Well, here's the deal. We both been kind of busy this summer traveling, so we haven't like hung out IRL as much, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But you were recently in London, which I've never been, so I want to go.
I just went to London. It was amazing. I stayed at this hotel. I'm obsessed with reviews, and so whenever I go somewhere, I'm like, how many stars does it have on Yelp? What's it say on TripAdvisor? I stayed in this really cool boutique. I stayed in this really cool boutique hotel, and my boyfriend and I went, and we made this huge mistake. We had ceviche at a pub,
No!
and so
That's like getting sushi from Dwayne Reed. What the fuck?
I've done it. Sometimes I've been in a dark place. And so we had ceviche at a pub that did not
Oof.
specialize in ceviche. And so I had what I can only describe as shit water pushing out of my body like a fire when a rocket takes off. And it was insane. So we both had it. Sorry, babe, to blow up your spot like that. But we both had it for like 5 days.
5 days?
Yeah.
Not stop shitting?
Yeah, it was really hot. You know what was crazy though is that it was like really gross, and we were like taking turns to the bathroom, but it did make me feel warm because I was like, oh, this is like life. This is cool.
That's
I still like want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's like on Sex in the City when Charlotte and Harry go out to that fancy meal and they have food poisoning.
Yes. It did. It was like really gross, but I was like, oh, I like love you. So it was cool.
Wow.
Anyway, that being said, we were laid up watching just BBC 4 or 5 or 7, and they were showing like X-Men Days of Futures Past or X-Men's Origins or whatever. And we were laid up in sort of a haze. It was like 11 o'clock at night. We hadn't been outside all day. And the hotel room was too hot. We could see that there was like some water leaking. We were under like a roof, like a pop-in roof. And so we could hear people like fucking talking and laughing all day. We've had so many issues with this hotel. I'm sitting and we're on the second floor. It's like a lofted hotel, which was kind of cool. And all of a sudden, I see a mouse in the corner. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, honey, is that a mouse? Is that a mouse? Babe, is that a mouse? Is that a mouse? That's like my immediate reaction was, is it a mouse? Can you confirm? And so the mouse, he was little, but he knew he was spotted, so he sort of looked at us. And then he tried to escape, so he ran over to the clear, it was a loft, there was a clear glass window that looked down into the first floor, and so he ran through the little glass pane. It's disgusting when you see their bodies squished, because you're like, oh, you're gonna survive the apocalypse. And also they're everywhere. And anyway, he was like over the ledge because he was so freaked out, and I was like, please don't jump. Don't jump. We just wanna like capture you and take you out. So my boyfriend gets up and he's like, you know, this is time for him to like be like a dude and like take care of it. And so he grabbed like the ice bucket and he like went, it like was like, oh fuck, and figured out how to go downstairs. So we just like calmly walked with it downstairs. And then I'm just laying in bed with the blanket pulled up, and he quietly caught it and then went outside and put it out like on the
street.
There's like no, because we were on the second floor, but he put it in like hedges so it could like go live the rest of its life.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's hot. And anyway, it was just like really scary. So I called down and I was like, hey, you guys, like there's a mouse in here. And the night manager was like, no, there wasn't. And I was like, what? Like, don't fucking alternative fax me. Like, stop. And so he was like, Sarah Huckabee Sandersing me for like 3 minutes. And I was just bewildered. And I was like, what would my mom do? That's what I always think. It's like, what would Maria do? Yeah. And I was like, Maria would pack up all her shit. Yeah. She would demand a refund. Yeah. She would go over to another hotel and she would drag them on TripAdvisor. So that's what I did. We packed up.
That's crazy.
But the night manager was like, why did you leave it? Why did you let the mouse in? So first he said it didn't exist, and then he was like, why did you do that? And then Blaine got on the phone, because they knew who I was. There was only 15 rooms. So then my boyfriend got on the phone, and he's a white male. And he got in his white male voice. And he was like, I don't care if there is a sign outside of our door that says mice welcome. You should not have mice in your hotel room. And I was like, babe, great drag. Makes no sense, but great drag. Like, that's their business model.
That sign would never, like, there's Ratatouille.
Maybe Looney Tunes.
Right.
And Looney Tunes, like Tom would do that to Jerry. And Jerry would be like, all right, and then he would still get out of it.
Oh my God. That's when you're like really pissed because like what you say doesn't make sense.
It was just like, word vomit, but I was so like, when people are mean to me, my instinct isn't to be like mean back. It like really hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
So the fact that this man with a British accent was asking me why I let a mouse into the hotel, I was like, no. And my wife was like, no, let me handle it. Blah, 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 nonsense. And the guy was like, I'm sorry, sir. And it was like insane. But even when he said nonsense, the dude was so apologetic, but we just grabbed all our shit and went to a newer hotel.
Wow.
We like stayed in Kensington, which was really nice. Yeah, and I was like, I'm sick of this hipster bullshit. Like, that was insane. It was like a designer hotel, so we thought we were being cool. But
no,
we
you had
loved
to go
Kensington.
to tried and true, like been around for 100 years. Like they
Yeah.
know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, that in the hotel I ended up staying at, they were like, this was made in 1755 because shit is old there.
Yeah.
Stuff is really old there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it ruled. London's also just the best city. You would love it.
I want to go.
You would love it. You would like meet so many British bays.
Cool.
You meet so many British bays.
British bays.
And you would like get your freak on. It would be like how Stella got your groove back, but instead of like a beautiful black Coco Diggs, it would be like this pale white British man who like burns in the sun easily.
Okay.
And
That's
is
cool.
probably anemic.
That's cool. I like guys with low iron. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean it would be just your jam, your jammy jam.
That's cool. I recently went to Vieques Island
And where's that?
Puerto Rico, baby.
Love it. Love it. And
great.
how was that?
It was great. I went there as like a writer's retreat to start work on my second book, which is which is very exciting. And I got sick the second day I was there with a cold. And then I also started my period that day.
That is
And
the
so-
worst combination.
It's the worst. I was like in this night, like I got this like fancy ass villa. I was like balled all out, and I'm like fucking bleeding. I'm like fuck. So I didn't pack any like sanitary items with me, and so I called down to the reception, and I was like, hey. So I started my period, and
He's like, so do you want water or ice?
and I was like, I don't have any pads, and I don't use tampons. Do you know if like the because I'm scared of toxic shock syndrome. So I just like
What?
I basically
How did I not know this?
I basically
Phoebe.
just shoved like a U-Haul box between my legs for 5 days. I'm 87 years old. Me and Cicely Tyson are probably the last
She's
two.
not concerned about her period. Let's get back to this.
Octavia Spencer maybe uses pads. I don't know. I don't want to
Don't
like
bring
assume.
Octavia. Don't bring any black royalty into this. How fucking dare you? Are you? I have no idea.
I've always had a huge fear of this. This girl in high school got toxic shock syndrome, and I was like, that's not gonna be me.
Well, how does she get it? What are the facts? Let's look at the facts. How does she get it?
I mean, she probably left her tamp in too long, but I like don't even.
Why don't you just not do that?
Because you forget.
No, you don't.
I once forgot to pay my Con Ed bill for 3 months.
You're not gonna forget. You're not gonna forget. I don't know you. Like, I feel like I don't. Every now and then you. Okay, here's the thing with you. You like to be super efficient.
Yes.
And you're one of the smartest people I know. But then every now and then you throw in like some weird fucking medical fear that I can't call.
Okay. Anyway.
This is Phoebe.
What?
Can you just start with like a light one? Like work your way in. We'll go. They have actually tampons for juniors. So I'll hold your hand. We'll go to Dwayne Reed, aka the DR. We'll get you some junior light soup. The box will be like junior light, super light, definitely not toxic shock syndrome. Having. That is.
I mean, I stand in my truth.
Yeah, everybody fucking stand. That's fine. Don't encourage. This is it. Don't encourage that. You know I'm for standing in your truth.
Okay, so I called and they were like, "Oh, well, we don't know. So you should call like the cafe thing or whatever, the store, see if they have any." So I call them like, "Hey, so I'm on my period, and I want to see if you guys had any pads because I don't use tampons." And they were like, "Sorry, we only have tampons." And I was like, "Okay." And they were like, "But you could call a cab to like, a store that's like 10 minutes away if you want." And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. So then I hung up because I felt like shit. I was so tired. And so I just like free bled for like 2 days.
That's lit. No, that's lit. Free bleeding is lit.
But it was like, they were like very light days. So like it wasn't like
I
anything
couldn't do
crazy. It was just like Jackson Pollock here, Jackson Pollock here, Jackson Pollock here.
Oh, it's great and it's revolting. Let's do the show.
Are you guys ready for more show? Guys, we have a fantastic show for you tonight. We're so pumped. Everyone on the show is just delightful and amazing and charming and hilarious. So our next act that we're bringing up, she's very, very funny. She does stand-up. She writes books. She like travels all over the world doing comedy. And she's a friend of the show. She did the show last season for a Vulture Fest episode.
Yep.
Please give it up for Maeve Higgins!
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Can't believe Phoebe did that old Louis C.K. bit about getting his period when he was on vacation. Anyway. You're going to get away with that, Phoebe Robinson. It's a quality bit, but he does it so much better. He's never worn a tampon. Never. Hi everyone. I live here in New York, and I think I was going to the office the first really, really, really hot day, and it just struck me that like summer's here, and like it's too late to work out. You know the feeling when it's like, that's sad. Yeah, and start feeling bad about myself, just like, here I am, pale as the moon. Heavy as the soil after rainfall. Oh. When is September? And I'm in this shared co-working space, and I said to this guy at the coffee part, I was like, oh, it's so hot out. This is like the worst thing about being white. And yeah, and he was a black guy, and he was like, yeah, I believe you. It was like one of those pauses where I was searching frantically for the half and a half. I was like, here it is. Okay, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you. He was like, you should think about that. And I was like, it's all I can think about. And I showed him my heat rash. And he said it was inappropriate. Anyway, it was inappropriate. What a fusspot. Fussy. So yeah, I don't know, my friend Mindy said oh, it's, New York City, the best city in the world. You can get the subway to the beach in the summer, And I just heard you can get the nightmare to the bigger nightmare in the biggest nightmare of all, Obviously, the subway is extra bad this summer, right? I won't even, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my God, sorry. It's a disaster. I saw a 4-year-old missing the F train and getting so furious. That's how bad, it's stressing out toddlers. That's what the MTA is responsible for, this irate child. I could just see his little face, in the window of the door, and he was just oh! And he threw his sippy cup down. It was black coffee splashed everywhere. My little New York kid. His briefcase, you get back here. And, I'm not a beach person. I'm just not a beach person. And I like beaches in Ireland, where I'm actually, I'm from. And I love those kind of beaches. They're very, grey and rocky. You have to, wear all your shoes and all your clothes and scarves. You wear, a big scarf, and, you just, look across the bay. I was like, think about all the sadness in the ocean. That really suits me. I'm like magnificent in the wintertime. But yeah, I mean, I don't mean to be like, you know, not body positive. I know the rule is you have to be body positive. So I don't mean to be like whatever the opposite. I don't even know the word. I'm so bod pos, I don't know the opposite word. I'm a bod pos. You know, I would never be able to afford cosmetic surgery or anything like that. But if I could afford it, what I would do is, like, you know how I was getting my makeup done and the makeup artist said, like, you know, which part of yourself do you hate the most? Because, like, that's a rule. You have to choose a part. And I don't know if you didn't know that, you have to. That's, yeah. I mean, I could help you. If we put the lights up, I could help. I won't do that. But yeah, she was like, which part of yourself do you hate the most? And I was kind of like, God, I have to choose. And so I think what I would do if I could get something changed about myself, I would probably get this removed, like from here, like from under my face. I like my head and the front of my head of the face. I like all that. And I like my limbs, actually. Like I use them. Look, I'm, you know, like all... You know, I use them a lot, but like what I'm not keen on is like the in-between part, like the trunk, or what you would say, like the body. So I think I would get my body removed, and then I would get my head put into the center where the body used to be. I would get the head moved down. And still like wear a little bit of lipstick, you know, like, oh, hi. And like, that would make me like stand out, don't you think? Like, this unique silhouette, like, all the guys would be like, oh, you know Maeve. She's like, that star shape. Like, here I am. Like, competitive scene here. We'll do something. So yeah, my friends like roll me sideways into the bar. Hi, she's here. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm actually not on, you know, I'm seeing someone at the moment, so yes, I'm seeing someone. I just don't really know what to call him, because like I feel like a bit too like girlfriend is so like, you know, boyfriend. It's so like, I'm a girl and he's, you know, he's a boy and I'm a girl. Like, are you my boyfriend? You know, particularly like I think when I do that voice. So it's infuriating. And then I think the saying partner is too businesslike. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just so formal or something, and it's just like, we initially merged in April. That was the first quarter of 2014. And going forward, we hope to do a complete takeover. Going blah, 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 blah. I don't know enough business jargon, because I'm in the arts. So I think that... like partner, boyfriend, you know, the one, it's a lot of pressure, right? Like, the one, you know? It was like, are you Satan or not? Yes, I am the one. So yeah, I mean, eventually I should just ask his name and learn his name. Call him by his goddamn name. So, yeah, I mean, I think that I do stand-up comedy. I should have said that at the beginning, but you've just been like, and then this Irish girl got on and began to ramble. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Phoebe and Hestia. Thanks, everyone. Bye, bye.
Give it up for Maeve Higgins!
Hi, I'm Preet Bharara. I used to be the U.S. Attorney in Manhattan. Then last March, President Donald Trump fired me. As I read the news every day, I get more and more concerned about our democracy, asking myself, how do we make sure our country is going to be okay? I want to investigate that on my new podcast. It's called Stay Tuned with Preet. It's a collaboration between WNYC Studios, Cafe, and Pineapple Street Media. Get it wherever you get your podcasts.
So we're gonna keep it moving.
We have a fun little surprise for you guys.
A great
It's
surprise.
But this person is literally one of my favorite humans.
Oh, mine too.
And it's not
L?
Bono or Barack Obama.
Oh,
I mean, I know Barack is
God.
unemployed, but he is not fucking coming here
no part of our budget.
to hang out with our ignorant asses.
We
He
would
is
have to,
not-
Like Michelle would be like, baby, don't go to that. They like listen, we send them our reel and it's like, what about my pussy? Like that's what our reel is.
I free bleed. They're like, nope.
No. He's like, I'm super not available.
Yeah. But when I started comedy, started doing stand-up almost 9 years ago, he was like one of the people that I used to just like watch a lot and study, and I was always very much in awe of him. To the point that when I went to his premiere for a movie that he wrote and starred in and directed, I just stared at him from a corner and then like didn't say anything and I left.
That's hot.
And his movie Don't Think Twice is one of my favorites.
Incredible. It's so good. Please give it up for Mike Birbiglia!
It's all you.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much. That's really nice of you. I can only disappoint when you speculated on who it might be. One person shouted Barack Obama. Another person shouted Bono. Oh no! It's not those two people.
I was
It's
like
this
hoping you didn't hear it.
Yeah. It's this other person who you just so happen to like. But thank you guys for having me on the
Yeah,
show.
oh, we're so
This is
excited to
such
have
a-
you.
I love the show.
Thank you.
I love this show. This is great.
Thank you.
Thank you. You look great.
You look really
Hey.
great.
Let's start with how great you look.
Have you lost weight? You look fantastic.
I did, but based on medical necessity, I lost weight.
Wait, seriously?
In May,
Okay.
I went for my physical, and the doctor goes, "You got." He took my blood and he called me up and he goes, "You got Lyme disease."
What?
There's a list? You're not stopping?
And diabetes. And I was like, whoa, everybody's gonna get a chance. It's like going to a parent-teacher conference and they're like, your son's getting D's and he got molested by the gym teacher. And you're like, we're gonna need separate meetings for this one. Diabetes type 2, and I was like, oh, like I'm 39 years old, like how did this happen? And I know, he goes, is there anything in your diet that might be spiking your blood sugar? And I said, sometimes I eat pizza until I'm unconscious. And he goes, I think that might be it. But yeah, so I'm trying to cut weight right now. That's what's going on.
What are you eating now?
Yeah.
God, this is gonna sound so pluggy.
Do it.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm not gonna plug it. I'm just doing the diet where you eat less points.
Yo,
I'm not gonna plug some stupid corporation, but they do a good. It makes sense.
It's amazing.
It adds up, America.
Do you use the app?
I use
It's
the
a beautiful app.
It's a
very
good-looking app.
user-friendly. It's very user-friendly.
How long can we not say what it is?
Well, what I do love is like the campaign for it. It's like Oprah with a bunch of corgis.
No, I know. The Oprah thing is odd too because
I loved it.
This is a little gossip.
Give me the goss.
The gossip is in regards to, because she's like, whatever, part owner of the company. Like, she's the big thing in that company.
Right.
And then they say, like, she's not being photoed she's being photoshopped because she's the part of
I
the
don't
company.
believe it.
You don't buy that?
I think she is real, and I think
No.
It's
Don't
like
get
you
me
sound-
wrong.
you sound like a
think
Trump supporter.
Oprah
I do
is
sound like a
real. I don't think Oprah's Bigfoot.
Right,
I
no.
know that Oprah's real.
but I feel like Oprah does not lie. She's very open and transparent, and she wouldn't like Photoshop her. Like, she has been on this weight loss journey her entire life.
Yeah.
She has invited us with her, and I don't think that she would at this point. With everything she's done.
I think you're being overly defensive about Oprah.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Although, did she read all the books in the book club? I'm not sure. I certainly didn't.
Shots fired.
Yeah, this is cool. Everyone's clenching.
Yeah.
I personally like to see chaos, so I'm into this. Please continue.
I love the commercial because she says, I love bread. Like, she literally just discovered bread.
Yeah.
And she's like, guys, I got this hot tip. There is this thing that you slice and then you toast, and you're like, yeah, we all fucking
Everybody
know what
has
bread
it.
is.
Everybody has
Everyone's
it.
up on the bread tip. Like, we all.
Everybody loves it.
I
John-
love it. She's cute.
John Mulaney had this funny joke about Oprah a long time ago, which is that she's so powerful that she sued the meat industry, and won.
That's true.
Like the concept of meat for what?
Okay, so
For what?
I think on her television program, she was talking about meat and like how I think she had it was making her sick. So she was like, I'm cutting meat out of my diet, and like the meat industry was like, our sales are affected because of this. So they like took her to court. And she, I remember watching Entertainment Tonight, and there was, footage outside the courthouse, and she was, walking with, Dr. Phil. It, swept the nation.
What the fuck did he do there? What was he doing there? I hate him so much.
I'm with you. I don't like Dr.
It's
Phil.
unreal. What the fuck? Oh, he's so lucky. He better be counting his lucky stars every day. My question is, if you guys could sue anything, what would it be?
Oh gosh, well.
Thank you. That was a good question.
That was
right?
really good. You go first, Mike. You're the guest.
If I could sue any,
It could be an idea.
I've
Yeah.
never been. Oh, diabetes. That's a good one. Thank you so much. Thanks for helping me get the word out. D2. No, I would just sue if I have no grounds to do this, I would sue everyone in the Trump administration. I would literally just sue.
For what?
No, that's the thing. I have no grounds for. You know what it would be? For taking years off my fucking life. I would be like, you have. My marriage is suffering because of this administration. I am having so much less sex because his stupid face is on TV all the time.
Yeah.
And I think it's bringing all of our sex drive down.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I think it's a huge problem.
Who would you sue, Jess?
God, I don't know. Part of me wants to say the Shadow Man, which is Bono's alter ego.
I would like to join the lawsuit just for listening to the description of it.
It's very jarring.
Wait, so when
Yes.
I saw a photo with you and Bono.
I met Bono at Bonnaroo. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
insane.
when you meet him
Yeah.
and you're in the presence of him, what's that like? Because if you kind of openly have a crush on him, what's the
Right.
deal?
Well, I don't think he knows about the crush.
No, everybody does.
I'm gonna write about it in my next book, but he wears guy liner, which I think is really cool, and
I can respect that, sure.
I'm not gonna sue him for that.
but he was just really nice and sweet, and So the night before, we went to this charity dinner for Red, his charity thing, and there was a rumor that he might be in attendance. So I was like, I gotta like dress up and like look like a thought a little bit. And
Hashtag festival thought.
yeah, I just want to look. I want like a tasteful hoe, and so I wore this like black like curvy lace dress and like sky high heels. So I'm just like on the grass, like me, like walking, trying not to sink into the mud. And
Yeah, because we were outdoors, and so they like
in Tennessee.
Yeah, we were like in Tennessee at Bonnaroo, so it was like not glamorous at all. They picked us up in a fucking cart, like, and
Yeah.
just
Oh,
yeah.
drove us
Oh,
around.
I've
But
done that,
Phoebe's
yeah.
got like her fucking Tao nightclub outfit on.
And so Jess is wearing like this Lisa Bonet kind of inspired number. It looked phenomenal.
Thank you.
And then we show up to the dinner, and it's literally just like white dudes in wife beaters and like shorts. So I'm like, I overdressed. Whoops. And then I found out like Bono wasn't gonna be there, and I was like, that's totally fine. So we
Totally fine.
totally
Wasn't
fine.
invested in
I,
that
like,
idea at all.
Didn't. This was like my pajamas. It's totally cool. I didn't trim my pubes or anything. It's totally fine. Totally cash. And so we got invited to go to the sound check that night, and it's usually closed. So this is a very exclusive thing. And so we went to the sound check. It was really cool. And then we left, and this woman who used to be their tour manager texted me. She's like, I told Bono that you were here and that you dressed up for him.
Oh my God.
She didn't have to do it like that, though. That's so
That
unnecessary.
was
So
one
was-
step too far.
Yeah.
And he said that
She trimmed her pubes for you.
She threw out all her birth control for you.
Well, that's the sign of vulnerability. Like, no matter what, did I like trim my pubes when I went out tonight?
Right.
And nobody talked to me at the bar? Okay, cool. That, it means you tried.
Right.
I know how you feel. I mean, when I go out, whether I trim my pubes is always a determination of how much confidence I have going into the evening. So yeah, we all get it. I mean, we all get it. Next topic.
Great.
So he said that he was flattered that I dressed up, and then he was like, have her send you a picture of what she was wearing. And I was
What?
like,
Wait,
Yeah, it
what?
was intense. It was
You
intense.
buried the lead.
Yeah.
That is the
Quack, 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 quack.
That is a major part of the story.
No, it was
right.
insane.
It was insane. So we were like drunk, headed back to the
We were
hotel.
wasted.
And we were like, we gotta take pictures. Like, this is my shot. And slide. You know what I mean?
And we were staying at like the shittiest hotel
Yeah.
ever. But we were like in the lobby, and she was like posing and stuff. And I was like trying to get it from all angles.
Yeah.
Like, the pre-Emmys where they do the 360 cam? We were like trying to do that
the
at the
360
dress.
glam cam.
Yeah.
Of course I know what it is. I have one in my apartment.
So I send the pictures to my friend Sean, and Sean's like, great, I'm gonna pass these along to him. In the meantime, he says he wants to meet you tomorrow night before the show. And I was like, well. And so then that's how I met him. He was so sweet. And then he was like, I have a present for you. And I was like, oh, this is probably like a t-shirt, like Joshua Tree. Like, I like t-shirts. And reaches for this giant iPad, and he's like, I made you a painting. And I was,
What?
And I was like, excuse me? And he goes, yeah, I took one of the pictures that you sent me, and I did like this like cool mixed media thing, and like drew on it, and he like had lyrics from a song.
It's hilarious. No, it's amazing.
This
It's
story
amazing.
gets stranger and stranger. Like, it could go anywhere. It could be like, so I'm fucking Bono. You're like, wait, what? When did it turn into your fucking Bono? He made you a painting?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
insane.
And so it has like song lyrics on it, and he's like, "This is a song. These are lyrics from our upcoming album on a song, and I just wanted you to have it." And I was like, "Oh my god!" So he's like, "I'll have my team like email this to you so you have it." And I was like, "Thank you so much." And so then we posed and we took the epic picture that's on social medias, and then And then, you guys, as he was getting off of his knees, he kissed my inner thigh. It was crazy. And so I have... And so Jess was filming this whole thing, so she has video of this moment where it's like
it was nuts. My observation was he kept wanting to be down, like under her, like she was like a Khaleesi. And he kept like holding her middle. And then when it was time for him to go, then he kissed her thigh and he knew that he was like being a bad boy. It was like the Shadow Man. And so then he was like, and then he just walked away because he knew.
He was like, see you later.
Shadow
and I was
Man
like, am I going to see you later? What is this? It was bananas.
And then the Shadow Man was served with a lawsuit from Jess.
That's the moment I knew. I was like, I'm suing him. Have you ever gotten your inner thigh kissed by like a star that you were obsessed with?
Like Giselle Bundchen or something?
Not only has that not happened, I don't even know if I fantasized about that, if my brain would let me continue the fantasy. But no, that hasn't happened.
Wait, so it's crazy. It's the craziest thing that's ever happened in my life. I still can't get it. He sent me flowers, and he remembers sending me flowers.
What? Why do you keep adding things to this story that are so major? He sent you flowers?
Well, the flowers thing was like 2 months before I met him.
Someone just shouted from the audience, but like, why didn't you tell us that?
So validly mad.
It was like a heckle of a really supportive friend.
Yeah.
But why didn't you tell us that?
And also, I love the but like also a conversational drag as well.
What were you thinking? Not mentioning that before.
Yeah.
Nothing like a heckle with conjunctions.
Yeah. So concerned.
But yeah, that's it. That's it with Bono and I. That's it.
Yeah,
I've said all the things that can be said.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, let's close on something not related to, I want to bring it back to you.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of Jess and I goofing off and
we just like, hey, what's up, y'all?
just like peace sign.
The thing I'm most excited about right now is that I'm on tour this fall. I'm going to 25 cities. This show is called The New One.
Okay.
And if people like Thank God for Jokes or Sleepwalk with Me, I think they'll like this. So if you liked the other specials, or I did, then come see it live. If not, don't. If you didn't like my other stuff, you won't start. It's in the same vein. I'm not going in a completely different direction.
It's on brand.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing this fall.
I'm so excited.
Well, great, me too.
You're
the
like
best.
one of my favorites, and I'm just obsessed, and it's fine. You're just great. So. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Feeling
Give it up for
mutual.
Mike
Thank
Birbiglia,
you.
everybody!
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Are you guys ready for more show? Our next act, she's very, very funny. You may have seen her on Kevin Can Wait. And she was recently named by Rolling Stone as one of the top 10 comics to watch. Please give it up for Gina Bria!
I'm kidding. Stop. No, you can keep going if you want. I'm in a very, very good mood. I'm happy to be here. I'm in a good mood for a lot of reasons. One, this is a fun show to be on, but also, I am newly engaged. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is how I do everything now. This is how I'm gonna like go into Starbucks and be like, can I get a latte with some almond milk? Because I have digestive issues. Oh wait, maybe not that. That last part could have been left out. It feels good. I have to admit, it feels good to be engaged. It feels like I got a relationship promotion. Like I worked in the mailroom for like a really long time. Because I was single for about 2 years before I met my fiance, and I didn't like being single. Do we have single people? Single people here? That enthusiasm dies down. That's how it is now. Because back in the day when I used to like do the single person shout out, they'd go nuts. They'd like hoot and they holler, and now it like starts off strong and then just gets real sad. It's like, any single people? Woo! This is hard. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like being single. Couple reasons why. One, I was single at 34 years old. The older you are in the single game, the less patience you have for it. I didn't want to do single people things. And I didn't want to do young single people things, but that's all there is to do when you're single, is young single people things. So I'd go out, and all the guys that were hitting on me were way too young for me. They were all like in their early 20s, which you would think would be amazing, but like every time I went on a date, I felt like a teacher. Yeah, because I was constantly like, I really need you to focus. Are you paying attention? Are you? Are you on your phone? Give me your phone. Give me your phone. You'll get it at the end of the date. That's when you'll get it. I was getting hit on by really young guys and then like super skinny guys. Now, there's nothing wrong with skinny guys. Skinny guys need love too. But here's the issue. If you're like a thick chick or a tall chick, you're going to understand my dilemma. Some of you already know. You start dating a skinny guy, at some point during the course of your relationship, he is going to look at you like he wants to pick you up. I know. It is an awkward exchange of glances. Because he's gonna look at you with all the confidence in the world. He's gonna look at you. He's gonna look at you like, I'm gonna pick you up. And you gotta look back at him like, no, that's not a good idea. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. Because you're gonna hurt yourself and my feelings all in one move. This would go so much better if I pick you up. Come here, look at how cute you are. You're so little. I just feel like it would really kill the mood if I'm standing over some guy like, use your legs. You gotta build momentum. You're gonna hurt yourself, buddy. The youngest guy to hit on me when I was single was 19 years old. I know, right? So here's what happened. I was here in New York. I was on the subway, and you know how you can like feel when somebody's about to hit on you? Yeah, the women have the guys are like, we have no idea what you're talking about. The women know. We can feel it, because he got on the train and it was like, dun-dun, dun-dun. Like I felt it, and I was like, please don't do that. Please go away. Because as a woman, when you are getting unwanted attention, your go-to, the first thing you try to do is you try to look as unapproachable as humanly possible. Right? You try to look as stank as humanly possible. Good, some of you know what stank means. Stank is a hood term. It means snotty. You're welcome. A hood is a ghetto. I just want to make sure we all know. I don't want to lose anybody. So I feel like there were a couple people that were like, I'm going to Google some of this later. I have an excellent stank face. I am Puerto Rican from the South Bronx. Yeah. So you already know my stank face comes with a free head swivel. No charge for this. Which, by the way, I'm gonna tell you this, the head swivel, very useful tool. Black women, Latin women, we do it all the time. But the second we see a white woman do it, we're like, Susan, what's wrong with your neck? Sass it down a notch. Because you can't just do this. You have to earn it. You have to work your way up. It's like a merit badge. You gotta work your way up through the Hood Scouts. There's always like a couple people that laugh at Hood Scouts. And then there's a few people that are like, is that a thing? You'll never know. Right. So I'm trying to do my best, like, not today to this kid. But the problem is, I'm a nervous laugher. Yeah, so the closer he got, the more I started to laugh. Which made me look insane. Which is apparently a desirable trait. Because it didn't stop him, he just kept walking towards me. And I give him credit because he had confidence, and you want a guy with confidence, but he walked up to me and he was like, I'm saying, Ma, let me get your phone number. I was like, no, thank you. He's like, why come I can't get your number? Well, let's break down that sentence. This is why I'm glad I'm out the game. Lots of reasons to be glad. My fiance is wonderful too. My fiance is white. I'm the first Latin girl he's ever dated. He's not my first white guy. I've dated white guys before. Mainly to gather information, bring it back to my people. Again, some of you laughed. And then some of you were like, I knew it. You know, that's what was going on. He's very sweet. In the beginning of our relationship, he asked a lot about my culture. He wanted to know what the cultural norms were. And I remember in the beginning, like certain things when you're in an interracial relationship that you talk about that you wouldn't if you weren't. And, you know, we were talking about our future, and he said something really sweet. He said, I want to learn how to speak Spanish. And I was like, why? Because then I have to learn how to speak Spanish. So, it's like, just because I can say quesadilla doesn't mean I speak Spanish. So I was like, why do you want to learn how to speak Spanish? And he said the sweetest thing. He said, because I want to be able to ask your dad for your hand in marriage. And I know, I remember being like, aw, they speak English, actually. It's quite an assumption that you made. I'll leave you guys with this. Of all the reasons for me to be really, really happy to be getting married, my biggest one is probably because my sister got married before me. And if you have siblings, you know the struggle. If they do something in life before you, you feel like obligated to like catch up. But she's not just my sister, she's my twin sister. I have an identical twin sister. I know, I don't talk about it a lot. Because people ask really stupid twin questions. Like without fail, whenever I say I'm an identical twin, someone will go, do you guys look alike? Nothing gets past you, huh? There's always follow-up questions that are equally as dumb. Like, if I cut her, will you bleed? No, you psycho. We are not X-Men. We have very different personalities, me and my sister. My sister has low self-esteem, which is weird, because she has my face. Right? Do you know what it's like when someone that looks exactly like you calls you up and goes, I feel so ugly? That's our face. You guys have been phenomenal. Thank you so much for having me. Keep it going for Gina Brio!
You just heard Gina Brion, Mike Birbiglia, and Maeve Higgins.
Two Dope Queens is produced by Joanna Salataroff, Jim Point, Paula Schumann, Rachel Neal, Phoebe Robinson, and Jessica Williams. Our team includes Joe Plord, Matt Boynton, Ed Haber, Irene Trudell, Isaac Jones, and Shanoa Estrada. Our theme music was composed by Jeff Brodsky.
Have you seen our Instagram? Phoebe and I have been making some very bold outfit choices and changing up our hair with major frequency lately. You don't want to miss that. Take a look. Just search for Two Dope Queens on Degram.
Take a look. It's in a book.
Yeah. Pretty Rainbow. Instagram hoes. That's a good one.
And subscribe to the show. How many times do I have to tell you sexy bitches to do it? If you haven't yet, you're a disappointment to humanity. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I didn't mean it. Love you so much. YQY. Ooh, what about John Cho's face?
Yes, John Cho.
On any of my exes. LOL. That's disrespectful.
Also, you're just like dragging all your exes like that too. Brutal.